Good morning. It is Sunday, September 10th, 2023. Welcome to the market weekend review. Tomorrow is 9/11, so it's going to be a somber day on Wall Street. Usually, it is not a green day on Wall Street from what I can remember. So keep that in mind. Let's jump right into it. I got TLT right at the open here. Um, it's in the range where I think it's good to accumulate if you would like to accumulate. um, it's going to be a tight range for a while, right? I don't see a big upside, sure, on any kind of pop um, higher. I would definitely look to uh, sell cover calls in the 98 area, right? um, we are we are a long way from filling this gap here. We got a gap at 96.4, and then the next gap is at 97, 98-ish, right? And then you get the falling 50. So yeah, any kind of pop into the 95, 96 range would give me an opportunity to sell cover calls. But I was selling put spread in the 92 and below area, and yeah, on weakness I would do that, but that's all there is to it with TLT. Let's take a look at the major indices. Dow Jones is falling into the channel low. No rush to buy into it if you want to get exposure to the Dow Jones. Buy down there, okay, or sell put spread down there. To me, that's right now it's in no man's land, right? I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't buy into it. I don't want to short it either. SPY, pretty much the same thing. It's kind of in the middle range where the upside is channel high. Worst case scenario, you can see, of course, the channel low. But for now, if this doesn't hold, we can come down to the 100 MA in a hurry, right? So be careful. Okay, this is not the season to not be careful. QQQ, same thing. Okay, the risk is, okay, if you want to buy the QQQ down there, if you want to short the QQQ down there is your target, right? But right now it's pinning between the 20 and the 50, right? So yeah, it's danger zone. It's one of those things where I say the best thing to do is not be involved for me. Of course, the SMH, most of the weakness for sure the last couple days is from Nvidia. Would I buy into SMH down there? Yeah, I would. I would get exposure to the semi sector down there, but right now it's pretty much in no man's land, right? But if you short up here, congratulations, you should probably set your stop down there somewhere at the 20, right? So that you don't give up too much gain. Speaking of semi and Nvidia, let's take a look at Nvidia. That was ugly. My suggestion is have a stop, okay, in the 449.3-ish, a tight stop there. You can always put in, my plan is put in a stop for 1/3 of my position right here, okay. Can I zoom in? Right there. You can do 150 or just below it, or right, I had to decide on Monday. Pre-market, I will do it, but I can put a stop there for 1/3 of the holding. and then in order to buy at the gap fill. Okay, that's the plan. The gap fill is 435.78. So I'm gonna put in an alert. Create an alert. Gap fill below, just so when it happens, I will know. Okay, that's when it happens, then I know that I will pay attention to my buy orders down there. I already have a buy orders down there, but if that go off, what I will do, because I do have a bunch of buy orders right now between 452 and 443. I do. What I will do before the market open on Monday is change it to my stop at 450-ish, remove my buy order at 452, 451, 450, and perhaps even remove all the buy orders below, and then put in a bigger buy order at the gap fill. We'll see. Play by ear, but right now, for sure, there will be changes in my order of NVIDIA. Okay, for sure. All right, let's jump into the drug sector. Eli Lilly, wow, wow. Okay, that's all I gotta say is wow. Exceed my expectation, that's for sure. What do? I did not sell anymore. Okay, I did trim on this move here, and I'm holding. I'm holding onto my share. Would I trim more if there is a further pop on? I was thinking on Friday to trim. Greed got a better part of me. Okay, but if we pop higher on Monday, I might have to take up a little bit more. Okay, this is pretty crazy. Okay, but we'll see. It's not all that overbought. Okay, if you look at the technical, it's not. Pfizer, meh, right? Like I said, I've been talking pretty boring as far as Pfizer. Nothing you can do there. You have tax loss pressure. JSK, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Okay, so yeah, I when this happened, I was debating. I did debate because I talk about having a sell order up here. I did, and when this happened on Friday, I was just like, maybe there is a move that is sustainable. Okay, um, because it was not one of those big spike. Okay, so I was watching it, and I keep seeing a steady rise, and I'm just like, something is going on here, right? So I didn't. So I took out my sell order because I saw this steady rise, and I had a sell order in at right around here, like 36.4 ish, and I said, well, maybe there is strength to this. It's not like one of those big pop and then fizzle. So we'll see. It does not mean that I will not sell on Monday, trim some. So I still might come in there and trim some, the same amount that I was looking to trim here, 10% of my holding. I do have a fairly large holding, 600 shares. So yeah, it's a big one for me there. So it's no joke as far as the gain that is there. So yeah, well, I like, no complaint there. Okay, J&J. I did sell some put spread on the dump, and yeah, it expired. But on further weakness, I would sell 155, 150 down there. Okay, it's at a support. Okay, there's a trend line that it bounced off nicely. So yeah, if you follow the technical, it works. BIIB, You know me, for months now. For months, I've been saying this way is coming. It keep flirting with this. Okay, I'm waiting for this to kick off. I'm waiting for this trigger to go off. Gilead, it did go off on Gilead. Yes, it did. Okay, and I tried to sell a put spread down here at the gap fill, but it did not. It did not trigger. So on this day right here, it finally triggered because it went below the gap up low, but then it bounced. So nothing to do there, okay? Nothing to do there. In fact, I'm gonna put on the alert again. Perhaps the first time. At or below. Sell spreads below. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again because I think we might get another dip down there. XBI, it was not looking pretty. Remember on Wednesday I mentioned I have a 79, 76 spread that I put on that I didn't like. Thankfully I closed it out. Otherwise, well, it would have been a small loss of money. It's not a big deal, but still I just didn't like the action. Okay, selling 75, 72 is a lot better as far as XBI going out into October, November. That was a mistake last week. I'm not sure why I did that when I sold the 79, 76. I got the regret right away. And I'm glad the next day I come in and said, forget it, I'm out. I'm closing out for a small loss, but that was the right move. Is there any more farmer? Of course, FV. A lot of volatility, right? A lot of volatility. I don't like it. I said about, when it was here, I looking to sell put spread down here, but that didn't trigger. Same thing, okay? I don't like to touch it here. Not me, not for me. And then of course, the vaccine player, they get that pop and they get the fizzle, okay? I can't say enough that if you trade Moderna or BNTX, be quick, okay? Be quick. They are very volatile, and no, I'm not a big fan of these vaccine player. ALNY. For those that are in this, your 205 order should have triggered. Okay, it did for me. I was very happy to do a trim. I still have a little bit left. Originally, I had a sell order for the remaining of my share at 205. And then I said, well, the greed of me said, why not? Split that into two, half here, and then the other half, of course, at the other ref high, 210. So I still have some. That might not happen, okay? It might be a reversal back down here, which is fine. I would not complain because I sold 80% of my position from here, right here. When I crossed the 50, I trimmed all the way up there. I bought down here. My average was in the 184, I believe. I bought as low as 179, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, so we can see another one of these move, which is fine. I will keep those shares. In fact, forget that one. Forget what I said. I'm gonna put in a stop at 200. Okay, in case there's a reversal and come down. Why hold on to it? Why give up a $20? Right? That'll be stupid. No, set a stop. Set a stop at 200, and then buy back on the move. It can happen. It done it many times. Look, we have had this 3 times, right? So it would be stupid to give back $20 per share. It'd be very stupid. All right, let's move on to the FANG, Microsoft. Money is flowing out of Apple and propping up the other fang. Okay, so I did trim. I believe I trimmed 335-ish. Google, um, looking good. Okay, sure, if you want to set a trim order at the all-time high, you can, or you can set it up here like 139-ish. You can. Nothing wrong with taking some profit. Meta, I did not trim, but if I see anything near 300, I might. Okay, to me up there, maybe 307 and above, right? Yeah, for sure 313. Okay, for sure my eye is on. In fact, I'm gonna put an alert at that. Create an alert. Trim above. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Tesla. It's a trim. Okay. If you, I've been trimming. I have very little left. Um, and on the continual pop, I would trim. I have right now. I have a sell order at 260. Okay, and then a little bit more at 264, and then I'll be out. So I have two little sell order in to get out. There. Apple, problem. Okay. New iPhone Tuesday. I'll be out. Right. I mean, I will still make a profit, a small profit, because remember, I bought Apple here. Okay, I bought Apple on this move here. I trim a little bit, and then I wish I trim more, but nope. China decide to spoil the new iPhone party. Well played. There might be a nice pop into 181. I'm selling. Okay, whether it's Monday or Tuesday. If I see 180 and above, well, right now I have a sell order at 181 for some share. But if that trigger, I would jump in and put in a sell order for the rest wherever the market, the stock is. I think the gap fill, there's a gap fill right here, see, at 181.47. That's where my sell order is right now. Okay, so if that goes off, I won't complain. But I don't like what I see there. I do not like what I see there. Okay, so be very careful. Let's take a look at healthcare. Nice bounce off. Right now it's in kind of like a no man's land as for its ELV, so no touch. I had some put spread that expired, which was fine. Well, I closed it out. I had 3 put spread, 2 I closed out early just to be safe, and 1 I let expire Friday. They were 435, 430 spread. It was a money winning trade for me. UNH, same thing here, kind of like in a no man's land. I don't have anything right now in any healthcare stocks. None. I'm out. I'm all out. Okay. Humana, same thing. Okay. Same thing. I would buy on a dip, but or sell put spread. But right now they're kind of in the middle of no man's land. They might be going sideways for a while. I don't see anything attractive there. Cigna, definitely the least attractive one to me. Okay, it's yeah, no. For me, Cigna down here. Okay, come down to the 100 MA, then we can talk. Otherwise, nah, no dice. Let's see. Let's talk about well, since we talk about healthcare, we got to talk about DGX. It came down. Okay, I bought. Okay, I talked about this up here when I said, yeah, it can. and it did, and I bought a lot. Okay, I basically doubled my position down here, so I'm pretty happy. It's still not as much as I had down here. I had a lot more. I had probably 3 times the amount of share, at least twice, but I think it's more like 3 times the amount of share here. So I got more. I got more ammo to add to DGX down there, but I like it here. Okay, so I'm glad I bought small up here because I thought this might hold just like it did the last 2 times, but it did not. So yeah, I was prepared for that move. LH, I did not buy more because I had a little of LH, but I figure just focus on one. I don't need two. So I went in and bought more DGX. I left my LH alone, but if you want to buy LH at the low around 200-ish, that's not a bad idea either. Okay, I like that sector compared to, of course, the Met device, which was ugly. Abbott came down to the channel low. So yes, I am looking to add. Not in a hurry, but it is here and now, the channel low. Okay, so does not mean that it can't fall out of the channel, right? But let's take a look. Okay, once, twice, third time. Okay, so we are at channel low, right? And it's not just channel low, it is a long-term trend support. Let's take a look. Yeah, yeah. See, it was resistant, breakout, and then check back, and it violated. But yeah, it's there. Okay, I like the channel low. I like that a lot. So yeah, I will look to add to that. Medtronic, ugly. All the Met device, okay, for the most part. And it would not surprise me at all if they're gonna go sideways because it has not been a good sector this year, right? So certainly there will be some, not a whole lot. They're not a huge tax loss selling here kind of thing, but it has not been a good sector this year. Same thing with EW. That's why I did not add. It was a bummer. Okay, it was a bummer for sure. For sure, one of my big mistakes was not trim more on this move. It was a nice gain. I bought a lot here, and I should have trimmed a lot more. Not much to say. Bad, bad, bad. Okay, bad on me. Let's see. Let's talk staple, which got the beating last week. Pepsi, which I bought. Okay, it was ugly. Pepsi came down to channel low and bounced. Right, so it's okay here. I have a good amount of Pepsi. Would I add to it? Not right now. Okay, not right now. I need to see. I need to see strengthen more. But ideally, I'd rather see this thing go sideways. Let the 20 come down over the next few weeks, right? And then make it an easier resistance to break. KO, which I did buy. Same thing here. We are floating with channel low. I have a bigger buy order down here in the 58-ish area, right below 58. But I add more Coke than Pepsi in shares and dollar amount. Okay, so sure, we like Coke below 59, which when I start to enter, right? And we like it more at this support here, which I thought it will hold. It held for one day and then it fell. And then we got the channel now. Okay, so yeah, it's getting close. Close. I like Coke. Okay, I like Coke. Oops, Mondelez. Same thing here, channel low, right? So a lot, you see this a lot with a lot of these stock, channel low, bounce. Okay, so yeah, if you want to add to Mondelez, it's here and now. McDonald's, wow, fell out of the channel. And then it got a little rejection at 200. Okay, so let's extend this. Would I add to McDonald's? I need to see it back in the channel. Okay, it fell out of the channel. It's okay. Okay, it has done that before. So sometime for over 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks here. So it's not unheard of for stock to fall out of the channel, but it needs to get back in the channel. Right? Look, this is a great channel. Going back 2 years. Okay, so it's no joke, this channel. So it need to get back in the channel. Ideally, what I want to see is back in the channel and then back above the gray zone. Okay, the gray zone is of course the area of resistance and then support. So we need to get up and above, and then things will be good again for McDonald's. A lot of the stock I talk about, Hershey, took a beating. Goodness gracious, that was ugly, right? Ugly. I think part of Hershey weakness is actually beyond cocoa and sugar. I think it is also the rumors that they are buying Twinkies. Yes, Hostess Twinkie. They there is a belief that they need to diversify away from such a pure chocolate play and get into Hostess business. Hostess is up for sales, and it's always when a company buy another company, the stock go down. But I think that's part of the reason why it broke below key support and head lower. Because if you look at Mondelez, sure, there's weakness in Mondelez, and then the other one, of course, if you know the one that we should know is Nestle, right? Look at Nestle. Nestle behave fairly poorly, but if you look at Nestle compared to Mondelez and Hershey, no doubt Nestle chart is less ugly, and Nestle is, as you know and agree, they're pretty heavy on chocolate, right? So it's ugly, but it's not as ugly as Hershey. Okay, Hershey is the ugliest of all the chocolate player. So let's take a look at Twinkie. Hostess. What's the symbol for this? Hostess. TWNK. TWNK. Twinkie. There you go. See? There you go. There's the rumor of a buyout coming. Okay. Yeah. So Hershey, the sooner the news come out, if they're not buying or buying, then I think Hershey will bounce. Okay. Even if it is them that is announced as the buy of Hostess, of course, it's all depend on the price and how accretive it is to earning, right? If they announce that we made a deal, this is the price that we're offering, and it will boost our earning, no doubt Hershey stock will pop. But it's all depend on the deal, right? On the price. What is the price? I don't know. Other food related stuff, Kellogg, my goodness. Okay, talking about tax loss selling. All of these things, okay, all of them are gonna be GIS, same thing. Okay, I brought these into the stream last week, I believe, and yeah, it's ugly, right? It's yeah, tax loss selling is gonna be hampering many of these at least for the next 6 weeks. Okay, so if you buy very small, be patient. you know, it's gonna take another few weeks before we see the bottom, but I do believe the return of them will be a very sweet return for those that have the patience. Okay, look at this thing. This thing has literally come wiped away a year and a half. Okay, amazing run, and now it is at near support. Look at this thing. Okay, it's at the level of support. Okay, I like GIS here. I bought some. Full disclosure, I bought some. All of 5 shares. Okay, that's how very non-committed I am with this right now. Okay, but I like what I'm seeing here. Okay, sure. I'm down all of like $3, I think, on those 5 shares. But I like it here. I like it a lot here. Just give it a few more weeks. Okay, just accumulate. Here is the time to accumulate. GIS, KHC, same thing. Okay, accumulate. I think I have 7 shares here or 5. Yeah, just accumulate. Okay, be patient. Tax loss selling, accumulate. Speak of tax loss selling, banks. I sold put spread 41.5 on KRE, right? I was contemplating to add the share, but my order was lower than expected. Okay, on this dip, I had this alert right here because I have a buy order at 42, and it still sit there. There's no reason, no need to chase this. Okay, no need to chase it. Let it come down to you. GS, would I add more to GS down here? The answer is yes. Yes. Okay, but same thing here. No rush. Bank of America, no rush. Okay, I can't say enough. There's no rush to any of this. Tax loss selling is going to be such a pain for many of these beaten up stocks. Okay, no rush. Now I did do something with JPM because it got into my zone, right? You know me, I love the zone. I had an alert in there, it dripped into the zone, so I did sell put spread at 139, 136 for this Friday. And hey, if it come down and I buy 100 share of JPM at a break even of like 138.8, I take it. Okay, I take it. It's a great franchise. It's the best banks. Okay, best of breed. In tough time, you want best of breed. Often I go with worst of breed to get the bigger bang, and more than often, worst of breed get me the stick. Okay, so try to go with best of breed. Okay, try to go with best of breed in tough time. They will weather the storm much better. In good time, worst of breed can rip. Okay, because the dog can run. But in tough time, you want to go with best of breed, at least in my opinion. Alrighty. As far as banks, how about credit card? AXP, I did not add. I did add here, but on Thursday and Friday, I did not add because, I was watching, I talked about it last week, right? It fall out of the channel. It need to get back in there, right? I mean, we can draw another channel. It can be new, duplicate this. And oh, I hate that. I hate that. Can I do this? Will it let me draw? Duplicate drawing and drag it down. See, it's weird. It's weird that Thinkorswim sometimes would not let me do it. That's why I wanted to do it before, but I couldn't. And so I said, forget it. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why I do the duplicate drawing. Can I drag? You see, it would not let me. It's almost like Thinkorswim saying, no, that channel must hold. You will not, thou shalt not draw another channel down there. Yeah, so I did not add because I want to see it back in the channel for me to be okay with that. I will set my stop, as painful as it is. Low of day, Thursday. Okay? I don't want to do it, but that might happen. Okay? That might happen. And buy it back down here. If that fails, we might go back all the way down to 148. Okay? Down there. There's a gap fill way down here at 151. So yeah, I don't like what it's doing here. Okay, I don't like this action at all. This was okay. The previous week before, I was okay here. I was not okay here. Okay, so be careful there. Let's talk about Nike. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was selling Nike spread 95 and below on this move. I said that I wouldn't chase it here, and now it's back. Okay, so if you want to sell put spread at 94 and below, yeah, there's a gap fill down here, but that would be the highest I would try. Okay, I would rather sell long-term, long-dated spread going out to October and November. Okay, because there will be tax loss here too. Okay, the stock is down 20% plus over the past 9 months. So yeah, there can be some tax loss here too. So yeah, if I was selling long dated put spread, 90, okay, way out there until November. Nike, Target, oof. Yeah, you can't get excited on Target, okay? You can't. I bought some share down here, right? I sold them, and no, I'm not buying again. Okay, I'm not sure on the market. If the overall market dump into 120, yeah, I might buy back some share, but no, they didn't solve any problem. They did not solve anything there. Okay, compared to say Costco. Costco came down. I saw put spread. It bounced. Right now, it's in no man's land. Be careful. If the 50 doesn't hold, right now it has the 20 and the 50 protecting it, right? So if you want to sell put spread, do it down there, 525, 525, 520. Yeah, you get all kind of protection here. You got the ref low, you got the 100 MA. Yeah, you got decent, even a little gap fill, right? Maybe not, but yeah, you have try to have at least 2 level of protection when you sell put spread, at least 2. Okay, I love 3. Sometimes 3 is not enough. Sometimes, yes. Walmart, wow. Okay, wow. Shockingly, Walmart is one of the big retailers that's mentioned nothing about shrinkage. Unless I'm wrong, I don't hear. I can't remember hearing anyone talk about shrinkage, shoplifting as they call it, at Walmart. So looking good, looking strong. You should be trimming. Wow. The failing on Target has been a boon for Walmart and Costco. The other one that have shoplifting problem, Ulta. Remember, I was warning everyone before earning, it's gonna be ugly. There's gonna be a shrinkage, and yes, we got it. Okay, we got it. Okay, and yeah, it had similar problem like Target. How do you solve it? How do you solve people walk in there and grab a handful of stuff and walk out? How do you solve it? You can't. The decay of society. The decay. How can you solve the decay? Unbelievable. I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. Starbucks, China, weakness. Um, I thought about adding more share here, but I said, what's the rush? I sold put spread. Where? 94 and below. Okay, so yeah, I'm like, what's the rush? I will add 100 shares, 94 and below, and I'll be fine with that. But yeah, this is the China issue. Okay. Speaking of China, Baba, Baba. Okay, I sold put spread where 85 and below. Okay, ideally I want to see 84 and below because that's where the gap is. Okay, so I'm uneasy with the 85, but I only sell one. I sold one, so I'm not in a hurry to lose money there. So if I see further weakness down there, yeah, I like it. Okay, but play small. Okay, when it comes down to anything with China, play small. You can't you can't risk a lot here. Okay, it's China. A lot of crazy things going on over there right now. Okay, so yeah, be mindful. Of course, let's talk about casino because that's Macau. Win, got the wind knocked out of it. Okay, got the wind knocked out of it right here. Ugly, ugly. Um, no, if you bought down here, hopefully you trim up there, right? And if you bought here, well, it's. I do like it, but I understand. I understand the scare. Okay, China scaring everyone. Okay, so I understand. Now Las Vegas Sand got that was ugly. That was the worst of the bunch. What the heck happened there? I gotta take a look. Okay, I was not paying attention at all to Las Vegas Sand on Thursday or Friday. Somehow this escaped my peripheral. Um, I have a small amount of share. Um, Not a lot, so I kind of like not even pay attention to it, but I should have. Doesn't matter if it's 20 shares, that should have raised a flag, okay, and I did not. And sure, by the time I saw it late Friday, I'm just like, what the heck happened? But that was pretty ugly. So it's worse than many other casino stuff. You know me, I talk about MGM as my favorite of the bunch, and it's okay, right? Go with best of breed, please. Best of breed. MGM, best of breed. All right. Let's see. Let's end this with a little defense. Lockheed Martin. What the? Oh, for those that watch my many streams, I talk about how I am leery of Lockheed Martin over the past few weeks because I said the more support is tested, the more likely it will break. Same thing with resistance. The more time you bang on the resistance, the more likely it can break, right? So as much as I enjoy selling put spread on Lockheed Martin for the past 9 months below 440, I was very leery. And that played out, my God, last week. Goodness gracious, what an ugly move. Now, I did have put spread on 425, 420, and boy, I had to, I did sell a bunch of put spread below to cover that loss on this one here, because I never thought when I sold that put spread 425, 420, I couldn't imagine that it can do this. Okay, now it's back into, it need to get back. Okay, it need to get back into that channel, right? So it came down pretty much into the area, but it need to come back in there. Okay, so this, sure, has it violated before? Yes, it has. So see right here, support, violate for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then dump, and then of course, yeah, so it need to get back in there, right? So long term, it probably will. I'm not overly concerned about the 100 MA, because look, sometimes these things mean little. Okay, if it means something, it's more coincidental, right? The 100 MA has been crisscrossed many times, and it doesn't matter, right? So for now, that's ugly. But what? Once again, tax loss selling, right? If you this right here wiped out 90% of the people that bought into Lockheed Martin the past year. Okay, so now that it's here, it could face tax loss selling for the next 6 weeks, right, or more. So it is what it is. I did not buy more into RTX, and thankfully that was the right move, right? Because I said, well, it is what it is. You're gonna have to weather this storm. Okay, it's gonna go sideways, tax loss, all that nonsense, right? I said it when it crossed the 20 MA here. I said, doesn't mean anything. Okay, it has to confirm what is the number on the cost of the repair before I make a move on that. So yeah, it's tax loss selling. It is what it is. Okay, folks, I think that should do it for this week. Hopefully, it was not a good week for me last week. Lost some money, not a lot, but not a good week. Cautious. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Be careful. Thank you for watching.